And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Grand Finals. Los Grand Finales here. We are back. We have returned here with the Grand Finals of Sparkling Tuna Cup number 132. We have a best of 5 ready for you here. The 2 top seeds, they have found each other here in the finals, and only one will be our champion. Who's it going to be? Let's go. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of BlackRock, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. Hello. we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. For Team Virtus Pro, it is a classic. El Clásico, papi, El Clásico. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do open up with a proxy Rax. Let's go. Only one SCV. Bear that in mind. Only one SCV is being sent across the map. ByuN from here can go into proxy Marauder or can just go singular proxy Reaper. Behind the second gas is being taken as we speak. So eyes are on ByuN. See how hard he does commit. And once again, welcome to BlackRock for the first time tonight. Actually, a little bit surprised. This map is often a little bit more popular, but less so here tonight. We saw a lot of it at Attorney's Edge, a lot. As the Rax is done, or the Rax is finishing, I should say. And Classic so far just going for a standard opener. It does go for his own gate expand here from the side of Classic. Also bearing in mind that the prediction in the chat is for the entire series, for the entirety of the series, not just for the game. So again, best of luck, baby, best of luck. These two, they go back and forth. I would say that Classic is coming in as the favorite player. Again, Classic is straight up top 2 Protoss in the world alongside Hero. He has his own strengths, he has his own weaknesses, he has his own differences compared to Hero. Meanwhile, ByuN, he can be a very dynamic player. He can like spike up, he can definitely take it to the best of them as well, but he's got to be locked in. He's got to be locked in as we are going for proxy Marauder. So Marauders are amassing. Classic does scout, he does confirm both gases are taken and the Rax is missing. So again, we have shenanigans afoot. Classic is where something is wrong. Pylon does, or he did commit already to the low ground, so it's going to be a delayed reaction, a delayed scout here from Classic. And here come the Marauders. Yeah, Marauders, they move in, getting us off the pylon. A bunker is on the way as well, as we have to throw down a second battery even as well. Yeah, 2 batteries, the boys are being pulled. Can we zone away the Marauder or can we save the pylon? Can we save the pylon? Can we deny the bunker? Yeah, the SCV is being focused down. The bunker will not complete. But the pylon can be focused, getting 3 probe kills so far, getting it to 4. Yeah, 4 probes, very nice pickups, very nice damage. The pylon's under fire. The battery will finish to keep it alive. It does barely keep the pylon alive here. The power of 2 batteries, 1 for the Stalker, 1 for the pylon. And Classic is holding. Classic is holding on just barely. You can see how low the pylon got as well. If that pylon had gone down, that could have been game, by the way. That could have been game then there without the batteries. But the pylon survived. What I'm most impressed by is that Classic didn't flinch. Like, he didn't look at this and he didn't believe he needed a second pylon. Like, I feel like a player with less conviction throws down a second pylon here to make sure that they can survive. But here he's like, nah, I'm fine. the pylon, it's fine, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like being held on by duct tape. Like, it's all fine, baby. True. The confidence here at a Classic. With that Classic, he holds, he defends. Now, it did cost him 4 probes. 4 probes did go down, so there was some damage dealt, but Classic gets away with his natural base. Like, that's what's terrifying here. He gets away with the natural, he does secure himself. Behind this, ByuN getting his own CC. The game will continue from here. This was a big investment here by ByuN. At least ByuN does preserve all the Marauders. Again, look at the Unsource tab, he didn't lose any, right? He does preserve all of them, so he can still make use of them later on. Ideally, he did want more damage, though. Ideally, again, if he had broken that pylon, he breaks the Stalkers, and then he snowballs out of control, right? Like, it was so close and so clutch when it came to that defense, and ByuN has to retreat. From here, I do give the edge to Classic as he's now taking up, getting to his Twilight Council, into his Robo. Our players are going to be opening up, and now we have a bit of a lull in the game. We can discuss the map itself. Coming into this, welcome to BlackRock. BlackRock is a Warcraft 3 themed map, or just Warcraft in general. You can see the watchtowers here. You can see the orc grunts every now and then as well. We have the bones. We have like the aesthetic here. Oh, as we force friendly fire. Yeah, hallucination goes in. Hallucination confirms the 2-on-1 setup, and also confirms the Widow Mines as well. So he's aware of the Widow Mine drop. It's going to be a much more committed drop, though. It's quite rare to see 4 Widow Mines being sent across the map. Okay. So 4 Widow Mines are being sent. Bearing in mind that Classic is opening up charged, not Blink Stalkers, so he's going to have less agile units when it comes to that early game defense. And we'll see what ByuN can get done. As he does move in. It does move in, commits into the natural. Boys be really very risky move there. As probes they pull away in time, one probe goes down. So far a clean defense here by Classic as we do drop into the main, and Classic is not aware of how many Willemans there are. So far barring one, barring two, barring all three. And the probes are being cornered. Probes are being cornered and they do escape. Still though, 5 probe kills, so decent damage. 5 probes for 4 Widow Mines, and the medevac does escape with 1 extra mine. So again, decent damage here by ByuN. You can always go back in. Likewise, ByuN, he also scouted. He confirmed there's not going to be Colossus as a follow-up. It's going to be early Storm. He's aware. As ByuN is trying to keep up that pressure, he moves out here towards the left-hand side, headed for the third. Behind this, building up towards Stim. Stim will not be a factor for this initial fight. Bear that in mind, but he wants to sneak up on that third base, and we'll see if we can catch Classic out of position. So far, Classic is behind that tall grass. Ooh, Classic does react to a moment there on the right-hand side. He moves in. Forcing out the scan. But there's a cancellation. Yeah, there's a cancellation. ByuN gets what he wanted. Now it's time to get the hell out. No, he keeps going in. Oh, this is risky. Yeah, this is quite risky here. He does keep pushing in. Tank, I think, is within range of the mineral line. Oh. He needs vision, though. Yeah, he's within range. There's the vision. Does punish some of the economy. But Storm is done. And show us the Storm. Yeah, Storm initially on the drop. There's 1 Storm left. But the rover's under fire. The rover's under fire. Mining is being denied. Nice damage here by ByuN. Does focus out a Stalker. Hopefully it had a couple of units here. The Immortal does pop. But already this is doing incredible damage here, just because we're containing, right? We're containing Classic on 2 bases, and these Storms are connecting with a handful of Marauders. They're built a tank. Oh, the tank shot. Yeah, tank shot on the High Templar, forces the Archon. Immortal goes down, and ByuN is done. He has broken through. GG gets called, and ByuN, who'll snowball out of control, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. ByuN able to sneak up on top of that third base. I do think that Classic had the army to defend, but remember, there was a key moment that occurred as ByuN was pushing in. Classic was distracted, and he actually rotated his army towards the right-hand side. He rotated away from the natural, so Classic was out of position. The tank was able to siege up in time, was able to get within range, and that was a big cancellation on that third base. That was already good damage, but ByuN kept going. He kept going from there. From there, he was able to get within range of the mineral line as well. Critical damage being dealt at the natural base, as Classic couldn't afford to warp in, and GG. GG, well played. Oh. One. So we're now getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Lockdown. Okay, this is a map that we're a lot more familiar with. We've been seeing it quite a bit here. Has a much more safe and secure 2 and 3 base setup. We'll get into it. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Protoss Pro. It is a Classic. Here we go. As Classic this time a lot faster to move out across the map. Remember, Classic went for a later probe scout in game 1. Here, moving out much earlier to confirm whether or not there is a proxy. So much earlier scout here by Classic. Getting eyes, even disrupting the timing here. Yeah, it delays the Rex for a second or two. Even almost tasting down that SCV as well. That probe is a menace. Yeah, calm down, Classic, calm down. As again, does force a bit of an awkward start here from ByuN, just slightly. So from here, we're just going to be opening up a single gas opener out of ByuN and going for a faster CC on the low ground. It is going to be an economic build here by our Terran player compared to the hyper aggression that we saw last game. True. Is the score correct? Yes. What? As for me, we do have that CC on the high ground, so ByuN being a little bit safer, still an economic build, but going for the safer CC on the high ground instead. Likewise, behind this, we have our standard setup out of Classic as well. Welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown, again, has a very secure natural base. High ground Nexus here and high ground CC are going to be available, so very safe two-base setup. The third base, likewise, is also here on the high ground as well, depending on which third we take. There's a third on the low ground or a third on the high ground. Bearing in mind that regardless of the third expansion, there's still like 4 layers of elevation here, so there's still ramps to take advantage of and still ramps that you can use to your advantage as the defending player. Oh, as ByuN does open up Tech Lab into early Marauder. Okay, so once again, a Marauder-based build. This is designed to punish Classic for trying to punish his opponents as we go Marauder first into a 3-racks follow-up. Hyper aggression out of ByuN, going for an early stim timing. So again, Marauder, first racks, and the second and the third racks, into Sim, into Combat Shields, into Hyper Aggression here from ByuN. First things first though, ByuN wants to catch this Adept. Again, because Classic scouted, Classic knows that ByuN went for an economic build. He saw one gas, so Classic is moving out to delay the CC. As he moves out to delay the command center, ideally ByuN wants to catch this Shade. Ooh, and he gets scouted. Yeah, he gets scouted. Classic has to get the hell out of here. Does cancel the Shade, he pulls away, and ByuN fails to catch the first Adept. So quick reactions here by Classic, nice scouting, he pulls away, the Adept will survive. So this is a bit of a rougher start here for ByuN, but what's important is that Classic doesn't know what's happening behind this. Marauder openers don't have to lead into 3-raxes, they can go into 3CC 3-raxes, they can go into 3-raxes, they can go for 2-1-1s, or they can go for even 1-1-1s as well. There are different variations of follow-up, and checking Classic's vision, he did see the extra racks. Okay. So he's somewhat aware. Actually, that was the first rack floating over. So he still has limited information. Behind us, claiming his third base, being quite greedy actually. Look at this, Classic going 2-gate blink. 2-gate blink into a third. This is one of the greediest follow-ups you can go for in PvT. Very greedy, and typically 2-gate blink into a third is vulnerable to 3-raxes. Again, we're delaying the third gateway, we're delaying the fourth gateway, we're delaying the robo. Everything is late in favor of the fast third, and ByuN's being hyper aggressive, so ByuN should be able to punish. We'll see. I mean, speaking of punish, ByuN is moving out, Stim is about to finish, and does ByuN check the third, or does he push into the natural? He's checking, so he does check the third base. With this scout, ByuN, he should confirm the progression of the expansion, and that will confirm the timing of the build. Yep, he knows. He sees the third is almost done. Does catch a Stalker. Gets one, gets two. Very nice. 2 Stalkers go down, and ByuN confirms the greedy build. So ByuN is aware. Again, still amassing his army. And it looks like ByuN is going to go for a later timing. So typically 3-raxes they hit with Stim. Here it looks like ByuN wants to wait for Medivacs. So he's going to go for a later timing instead. This is going to give time for Classic to build up his economy and take advantage of the fast third. Okay. We'll see who this benefits here. Again, it all comes down to the timing. Whether or not Classic can get into Colossus in time. The Bay is on the way. Colossus are on the horizon. ByuN, he should hit either before the first Colossus pops or as there's one Colossus. It's going to be close. Again, here come the Medivacs. The Bay is halfway done. From here, the observer does check. Also, very quickly here, as we get into our finals, we actually didn't get to mention at the start of the series, but if you want to support these players and support the tournament, you can do so via Patreon. Patreon is, of course, the place to be to support an event like this. It is fully funded via the Patreon, so you can help support us via that if you wish, as here comes the first push, and here comes the first Colossus. As we mentioned here, it's going to be close. It's going to be a close timing. The first Colossus is on the way. Double drop into the main, and main army towards the third. Classic is ready for the drop. Yeah, Classic is in position. Oh my god, that was close. That was very close. ByuN does react in time. He pulls away. Rotates here to the low ground. And the first Colossus will pop. Yeah, will pop out. And again, this is a very marine heavy composition. So there is going to be that Colossus to defend. Who catches it? Oh my god. That was close. Yeah, that was close. Swipe's going to be going off. ByuN has to respect it. He gets caught out here, losing 2 Marauders. Very nice catch here from Classic. Very nice force fields. Catching at the Marauders. ByuN dropping into the main base. Classic is keeping up. And the aggression is failing. Yeah, the aggression is failing here. The Medivacs, they do get away, but Classic, he defends well. And remember, Classic went for a greedy build. Remember, he went for a fast third. So Classic is no longer out of control. The longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Classic. ByuN, he needs to find some damage here. And once again, ByuN is desperate. He's desperate for damage. He distracts to the third, drop into the main base. Does get in. And how much damage so far? So far, 4 probe kills. Does force a bit of a recall. This is okay. It's okay. But there's no way out. Yeah, there's no way out of this. Medivacs being focused down. ByuN does rush in. There is no battery. No, there is a battery. Never mind. There is a battery here. Colossus does defend, and ByuN crumbles on both fronts at the third base and in the main. GG gets called. The aggression fails, and Classic ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. Does tie the series up here. We have our back and forth. As we mentioned, ByuN was hyper aggressive and Classic was hyper greedy, and Classic got away with it. The moment that the aggression started failing and the longer the game went on, it was worse and worse for ByuN. GG. GG, well played. Oh. As we're getting ready here for game 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into game 3, we're going to be loading into Lumen. Oh, as we're getting into our ace match here, we're going to be loading into Lumen. Be loading in. Lumen is a hyper aggressive map here. Hyper aggression. We were here earlier, of course, when it comes to the hybrid bases. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lumen, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. So let us go, as we are going to be settling in. And welcome to Lumen. Lumen once again does have our hybrid expansion here as a natural. Hybrid base is a third base, so we often do see all-ins on this map. Previously we did feature ByuN versus Young Yakov, and they both went for 2-base all-ins. Yakov went for a 2-base Hydra all-in. ByuN went for a 2-base 3-1-1 setup into his own all-in as well, and it was just hyper aggression. We'll see how our players will approach Lumen here in a different matchup. Who's going to be first to expand at the gold base? For now, with the faster probe scout, Classic does confirm the location of ByuN's racks. So this time no proxy, and this time double gas. Okay, double gas open out of ByuN faster factory. ByuN is going for a delayed CC. It's going for a delayed CC. ByuN saying, get the hell out of here. Leave me alone. You're a menace. Would appreciate any translations in the chat as well regarding what they're actually saying. Hold on. Whip out my phone. Whip out Google Translate. Un momento. Okay. That's basically what ByuN was saying. So ByuN, he was saying, hey, what, you like to steal? Referring to this probe stealing minerals. I was like, get out of here. You took my minerals. Class was like, yeah. I do like to steal. What are you gonna do about it? that was their interaction. Referring to the probe stealing the minerals. So Classic does pull away. Behind this Classic, he'll take the low ground hybrid expansion as is natural. Translation, subscribe to the Ducklings. True, true. As ByuN likewise also expanding towards that hybrid expansion as well. Going for the high ground CC. He can start to mine from the high ground and then take the low ground expand. So both players are embracing the high yield gases, sorry, the high yield minerals. Embracing. Likewise, Reaper does poke in. The battery is going to be a little bit delayed. So far, Classic is holding. Behind this is going to be commitment into Reaper Hellion. Remember, it was a double gas opener. Later expansion. And I don't know how I feel about this opener here by ByuN. So Reaper Hellion is designed to get damage done early on. Basically, the pressure's on ByuN to get into a mineral line. We got to get in. We got to do some damage. Otherwise, ByuN, this won't be worth it. He'll fall behind. So the goal for ByuN should be to dive into the natural. And currently, the wall is up. So Classic has one adept to defend. He has one battery. ByuN, where we headed. There's also a massive opening into the main base. True. He can go straight into the main as well. And it looks like we are going for towards the main. So there's a battery, there's a sentry. SimCity is decent here, trying to wall off. ByuN waiting for reinforcements. Now he commits. Yeah, he commits up the ramp. There's a stalker and a sentry. Gets one probe so far. Going for the sentry. Ooh, within range though. Yeah, within range of the battery. Sentry survives. Denies mining. And does catch the sentry, not bad. Sentry goes down. Going for the mineral line as well. Goes for the dive. And how many probes? They're lining up. Yeah, probes are lining up here. 4 probe kills so far. Getting up to 5. Getting up to... Do we get 6? Oh my god, 7. 7 probes go down. Massive damage here. Getting up to 8 probes. And ByuN, he takes the lead. He does take a lead. We were curious. I was concerned. I was like, is ByuN gonna get enough damage done? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. 8 probes go down. Nice damage dealt here by ByuN. ByuN, he pulls away, claiming his own expansion, setting up with his tanks, and securing himself. So far, a strong start for ByuN. And behind this is going for his stim timing. Stim is on the way. He's building up his tanks as well. We'll see if he does stop at 2 or if he keeps going. As, do you see what I see? No third starport. Sorry, no starport. Yeah, there's no starport. We have a third Rax instead. This screams 2 base all in. Screams 2 base all in. Basically, what we're seeing here is that ByuN is going to be delaying his starport and delaying any kind of medevac production or supportive air units in favor of fast stim and extra marines. Extra marines, extra Raxes. So ByuN is being hyper aggressive in the follow-up. This can lead into ByuN pulling the boys. He can pull the boys with this. Sapphire gets one more probe. Is going to be charge as the opener here for Classic. I do like this. Typically, charge is a safer way to play. Going into charge, going into the Templar Archives, and going into Storm on 2 bases. This is very safe play, but is it going to be done in time? Because ByuN's already pushing. Once again, a bit of a ByuN push as we're pushing pre-stim and pre+1. Upgrades are on the horizon here, and ByuN does move out early. So this is going to be an early, unorthodox, like, offbeat timing attack that Classic is not ready for. But there's the warp in. Observer does spot the army. So ByuN knows has been spotted. Charge is now complete. Stim is done. And Zealous, they try to collapse in. They're coming for the surround. Tank shots here on one of the stalkers. Yeah, he gets 1, he gets 2, but 1 tank does fall, and only 1 tank. The other tank, it looks like will barely fall as well, but he breaks through. He breaks through, pushing into the bases, into the mineral line. It's very close here, but Classic holds. Whew. Yeah, Classic, he barely holds on. I do think that ByuN had some miscontrol when it came to his tank shots. He was focus firing 1 stalker at a time, and the stalkers were spread very nicely. So Classic, he tanked a lot of shots there. And Classic holds. ByuN forced to expand. Oof. Yeah, forced to expand. Those are heavy losses for ByuN, losing 3 tanks for mainly Zealots. So that was a rough trade. now, collapsing in. Likewise, the right drop does keep Classic busy. ByuN does at least scout all the High Templar. Does confirm the Templar. ByuN rotates towards the right hand side, catching at the third. Classic out of position before the cancel. Yeah, nice cancellation here. Classic's base is denied. Right now is distracted by the drop. Classic is distracted. And Classic does have a bunch of storms, but he's being outscaled. He's slowly being outscaled here. Still stuck on 2 bases. Mind Drop goes back in. And how many gates are we on? 8. Gee, whoa. We're on 8 gates on 2 bases? Ay, ay, ay. Prism is on the way. He's going to commit. Yeah, we're just waiting for the War Prism, and then it's just go time for Classic. He's going to send it. He's going to send it across the map. ByuN, he himself is going for his own double drop, spotted by the Observer. Likewise, we have Ghost Production early on here. Fast Academy. He's going for the Ghost. ByuN does force out a Storm. Classic is ready the main. Oh, nice pickoff. There is no blink. Yeah, no blink available. ByuN gets into the middle line. Probe's going to be going down. Mind Shot does go off. 9 probe kills. Not bad. Yeah, Classic being torn apart. Very nice Storm. Oh my god, he just tanks the Storm to the face. He tanks the Storm. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here. Classic, he defends. Did cost him 10 workers, but now we can push. Okay, now the War Prism has arrived. It's Classic's turn. It's his turn to be the aggressor. ByuN has to race back home to defend. We have three ghosts, 3 EMPs, a decent minefield. Classic likewise moving in with 7 High Templar. That's a lot of storms. That's a lot of storms as Classic does make his way. Oh, does rotate over. Nice EMP. Catching at 2 Templar. Very nice EMP. Classic rotates towards the main. ByuN is keeping up with the rotations for the most part. Now getting a sensor tower. He's getting his tower. Army's clumped up. Going for the storm. Ooh. Yeah, it does storm the ghosts. Oh, they get clumped. Oh god, the choke point. Choke point was brutal. Storms the mineral land as well. Where you get some decent storms. Prism is low. Oh my god. Another storm lands. Another storm lands. Classic behind this, saturating his own third. And Classic pulls away. So we had some decent storms here, but the reality is, remember, Classic was all in. Like Classic, he was committed. Economically, he is still far behind. He's been trying to probe up, trying to saturate. ByuN has had the greater economy for longer, and as a result of that, ByuN has a larger army as well. He has a larger army. Classic, for the most part, has been reprobing after losing his workers. Meanwhile, ByuN is almost maxed. He's almost maxed out. And the longer this goes on, the worse it has been for Classic. Storms were nice, but he didn't push in. He didn't break through. Classic, he needs to. There we go. He does get into the main base. ByuN is out of position. He's trying to race over. But again, it's just a very messy rotation here from both players. Classic looking for another way in. Rotates back over. Yeah, the army's ready. And Classic, he just can't find an opening. He just cannot find an opening here. ByuN defends. Now he takes the 4th base behind his 3rd. ByuN's still just getting further ahead. Classic taking his own 4th. And ByuN again, he's maxing. He's maxing out. Now it's time to push. Time to break out. The storms are the one thing keeping Classic in this. Very nice storm. Oh, gosh. He stands in the storms. Marines, they go down. Classic does make his way into the main base. He outpositions ByuN. ByuN is stuck outside the main. No, there's only one way in. There's only one way in. And Classic, he outpositions. He's on top of the production here. ByuN, he has to go through the ramp. Where are the storms? Yeah, there we go. Storm of the ramp. Another storm here on the top side as well. ByuN has to go through the storms. Another 2 storms. Oh my god. They're crazy storms here. Classic trading as best he can, but he's still being overwhelmed. The reality here is that numbers, they still overwhelm Classic, and he will lose everything. Again, this is the best fight that Classic would have hoped for, but it's still not enough. He was just so far behind. Because ByuN, he just tanks the storms to the face. Just takes him to the face, breaks on through. Classic, he'll lose everything. And this is the army that's left. 1 Colossus, 2 Eye Templar, 1 Zealot. There's nothing left here for Classic. And here comes a counterattack. ByuN is scanning, checking for a 4th base. Zealot run by, hoping to buy some time. And again, like Classic, his positional play here was good, but because Classic had lost how many? He had lost 19 probes. I mean, we saw 19 SCV kills as well, but Classic had lost more workers. He had a worse economy. He had a later 3rd base. If you remember, his 3rd base was killed, or I should say cancelled. He was stuck on 2 for longer. And that led into a worse mid game. Or that led into an all-in, essentially. Like, Classic was all-in, and he just couldn't find a way in. Not fast enough. For now, ByuN distracted by the Zealots. Should soon break out. Right now, we're lacking Vikings. We have 3 Vikings so far. Against 1 Colossus, that's okay, but we have 3. So to be 4. So to be 4 Colossus. Again, it's a very tech-heavy army, but there's no support. So the reality is ByuN could just... I was going to say he could stim in, but Storms would stop that. So we'll see if Classic can hold. It's going to be a very tight hold for Classic. Ghost moves in. Lands the MP. 0. There's no storms. NG overcharge. There's 1. There's 1 storm available. And ByuN isn't aware of how far ahead he is. He doesn't know how small the army is. Scans for the 4th base. Going for a split push. That's the best chance that Classic has, is to fight half the army at a time. But he cannot defend both locations. He cannot defend. 4th is going to go down. Classic rotates to the main. ByuN rotates towards the 3rd. Oof. As workers are within range of the low ground. We get an okay storm. Yeah, a decent storm here. But ByuN is moving in. He's got his Vikings. And he can catch the prison. Oh, almost. Casito. Yeah, now settling for the Colossus instead. He can 2-shot. 1 Colossus goes down. He gets the other. And the 3rd. The 4th Colossus as well. GG gets called. ByuN overwhelms, and ByuN takes a 2-1 lead in this series. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Just a really rough early game here by Classic. If you remember, how did this all begin? Classic lost 9 probes to the Reaper Hellion. He lost 9 workers early on, so Classic was crippled early on in the early game, and then following that, of course, we had Classic stuck on 2 bases, building up into Charge out into Storm. Likewise, tried to expand, was denied and contained on 2 bases for a very, very long time, and ByuN enjoyed a greater economy and eventually outscaled. There was a moment where Classic took map control away from ByuN and was able to push across the map. That is true. But remember how long it took for Classic to move in. Classic, he spent like 2 minutes rotating back and forth and back again between the main base and between the 3rd, and he just could not find a way in. Eventually he did, and eventually he did out position, but by then it was too late. By then ByuN was maxed. It was close to maxing out. So even though ByuN took the worst fight possible, pushing into his own base, he still just overran the army. He just overran and overrun Classic. GG, well played. With that, we're loading into game number 4, potentially the final game of the series. Let's go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the Old Sun Temple, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player going for the proxy. Let's go. The South Korean Protoss, representing Protoss Pro, down in the series. Can he force the ace match? Can he bring us a game 5? It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. As Classic does go for his initial gateway here in the center of the map. Welcome to the Old Sun Temple. This is a 4-player spawn map, by the way, and Classic, he will find ByuN immediately, goes to the cross scout, the cross spawn, and a very, very lucky scout here for Classic, as again, ByuN could have been top left, could have been bottom right, but no, he finds him instantly. Let's find him. as we're going to be opening up Zealot first. ByuN doesn't go CC first. Thankfully for ByuN, he's going Rax Expand, still an economic opener. And Classic's goal is to punish the greedy build. So try to punish. And again, I'm sure he was hoping for something even greedier than that. But the Zealot's being chronoed as we speak. Cybercore has been thrown down, so we can reinforce with Stalkers or with Adepts. Already delays the command center, giving Classic more time. Let's go. Let us go. From here, Classic, he does move out. Does move out, so it does hit the natural. Again, the bunker is not quite done, neither is the CC, and the goal here is to force a cancel. Marines are on the way, the boys are being pulled, we got to surround the army. Yeah, the boys are here. Going for the Stalker. And for now, they tank for the Zealots. They try to tank. 2 Marines are still alive here. They try to get focused down, and so far, they survive. Yeah, the Marines, they do survive. They focus on one of the Zealots. There's one's out left. Bunker does complete, and with that, ByuN is holding. Can he get in? No! Oh my god, 1 Marine gets into the bunker. Just the one. Nice round on the Stalker. Yeah, 1 Stalker gets caught out. Big pickup. 1 Stalker left, and ByuN is holding. ByuN is holding on. Despite that, though, losing 10 SCVs. Heavy losses for ByuN. 10 workers go down, delay on the 3rd base. Marines that get picked off as well. Behind this, Classic expands. Classic, he has his natural base. Twilight Council's on the way. Not a bad start for Classic. Classic doesn't kill. He was hoping to. Ideally, the bunker is denied. Marines are focused down, and Classic could just kill here and now, but he does cripple. Does cripple ByuN. ByuN is down 10 workers. And Classic can enjoy a greater start. Here we go. As ByuN behind this is going for a 3 CC through Axe, so a very, very greedy follow-up here by ByuN. Basically, ByuN just rushing into the class, a 3rd command center here as quickly as possible. Now, this will give ByuN a boosted mid-game, but usually the goal here is for ByuN to have a boosted mid-game, to have a big power spike in the mid-game. But because of the dead 10 SCVs, really this is just to recover. This is just to recover and to stabilize instead. So what should have been a big power spike is really just going to be ByuN catching up. So it's a really rough position for ByuN to be in, but this is what you have to do, right? Like ByuN, he either had to go for a 2-base all-in or go for a greedy build, and he opted to be greedy. So we'll see if ByuN can get away with it. Classic moving out with Hallucination, and he will confirm. He should. There we go. Does confirm the 3rd CC. He knows. Classic is aware. Behind this, building up into a faster 3rd base, faster 3rd into 3 gates. So I believe 2-gate blink into a 3-gate setup. No, sorry, into a 4-gate setup, of course. I forgot about the proxy. I think forgot about the proxy. But Classic is going to be the aggressor. He's going to move out, and it's going to be up to ByuN to maintain this greedy follow-up here. It's just a shaky start here for ByuN. Very, very shaky. Because of the build itself, there are no tanks. 0 tanks, no stim. There's no bunker in the main. Classic, he does see the opening, and he's going for it. Oh, even with sentries or force fields. Okay. He can try to force field the ramp and just take over the main instead. Yeah, ByuN, he rotates everything to low ground. The observer did see this, by the way. Yeah, Classic, he sees that ByuN is out of position. We're going for the dive. We're going for the dive. We're going for the kill shots. Okay, ByuN does rotate back. Oh, no, he doesn't. Never mind. It's going to be close. It's going to be close here. ByuN doesn't see the army. But he is in the main, thankfully. Yeah, he's in the main. He wants to be. No, the force field. Yeah, force field's a ramp. But a little bit of miscontrol. Yeah, it does misphase the force field, but he does get in. 2 force fields on the ramp. Goes to the warp-in as well. And there's another force field. Nice amount of control. ByuN does drop in. Yeah, he drops into the main. Forcing Classic out. That could have been disastrous, by the way. That could have been game then and there, but the medevacs arrived just in time. And ByuN holds. Okay, ByuN, he does hold on. Classic, meanwhile, getting a 4th base while ByuN is still on 2 bases. Classic is getting further ahead. The soup is lying to you right now. The supply is deceptively close, when the reality here is that Classic has a massive lead. And that'll soon be reflected once the economy kicks in. Once again, threatening a force field. Threatening. Classic again, just mass expanding, building up into Colossus. Winter Mines have arrived. And they will help. And the mines are out. Classic just delaying the 3rd base. That's all he cares about. Just delay the 3rd. Delay the 3rd base. As now he can reinforce with Colossus. Now he can commit into a real fight. And it's going to be a tough hold here for ByuN. It's going to be a very difficult defense. Fresh mules. Colossus is exposed. He has force fields. So yeah, he locks down the army. Nice force fields. Zoning back the bio. Once again, all these murals, they just cannot engage. They can't fight. Not like this. As another force field gets thrown down. And now we can commit. And now Classic, now we can dive. Trying to catch out the Marauders. Trying to. Quick moves out of ByuN. Kites back. But the Warpins continue. Yeah, the Warpins, they just continue. Oof. Marauders getting caught out once again. Losing 2 more. Prism did back up. Mind Show connects with 3 Zealots. Not ideal. Yeah, we need more of the Winter Mines, and we do snipe the Vikings. I mean, the Marauder count is still very healthy. Still very healthy, but the Warpins, they just keep coming. They continue. We just keep warping in now to 2 Colossus. 3rd base is denied. Remember, Classic is getting a 6th expansion, by the way. He's got triple the base count. That's how brutal the early game was. As I mentioned, it was 10 SCV kills early on, and from that moment, ByuN has been limping along. He's been limping along, Pack. He's trying. He's trying to hold on here. The boys are being pulled. He's actually transferred. No, he gets caught mid-transition here. Every worker goes down. That's a full mineral line. 14, 16 SCV kills. Insane damage. Force fields that lock down the Marauders. I'll pick up here, saving a handful of them. At the same time, Prism into the main. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, ByuN just having a very rocky start to the game. Winding it back. Remember, Classic went for a proxy gateway, and ByuN went for a Rax expand. Classic was able to move in and didn't kill ByuN, but he crippled him very early on. It was already critical damage early on, killing 10 SCVs with the proxy gates. And with that, ByuN, his response to that was to be greedy. He went for a fast 3rd TC, but he never landed it. He was never able to get a 3rd base up and running. He was stuck on 2 bases, and Classic just mass expanded. Got his 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th base up and running. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to our final game of the series. Where are we dropping? Oh, that's crazy. Game 5 is going to be on Rorschach. Oh boy. Again, a map that we rarely get to see, but we'll be seeing it twice here tonight. A hyper-aggressive map. Oh boy. On the plus side, he has 3 meals at a time. Copium, Bappy. True, true. He'll be fine, Bappy. Just 3 meals. As now we're getting into game number 5 here. We're loading into the ace match and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Rorschach. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is a classic. Oh boy. And welcome to Rorschach. Rorschach is a very small map, a short rush distance by ground, horizontal spawns as well, bear that in mind. So short rush distance by air, not just by ground as well. Just short distance overall. And what else do we have? Healing pad. We have the healing pad here in the center. We have these hybrid expansions here towards the center of the map as well. These bases are very difficult to defend, but the healing pad does typically strengthen and bolster main army pushes. It is important to bear in mind, whoever has momentum, has power, has control of the healing shrine. Likewise, typically we want to see players expand away from each other, depending on how aggressive we want to be. If ByuN's plan here is to go for an all-in, then taking the forward base here would make sense, but we'll see. Early on, economic start. Single gas, racks expand, economic opener out of ByuN. Classic this time, no proxy. No proxy, no shenanigans, but does scout, does confirm, and will look to delay. Was delayed. Meanwhile, siema, papi, siema. Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Shout out to Kashim in the chat, subscribing for 32 months, almost 3 years, 3 años of support, papi. Crazy, crazy. A big shout out to Kashim, by the way. He is a massive contributor to the StarCraft scene, to the StarCraft community, is one of the big contributors to Wikipedia, and also to Aligulac as well. So if it wasn't for Kashim, Wikipedia and Aligulac would be worse off. So big shout, and also not just that, but even Polish events, Polish tournaments, and just events in general. Kashim is one of the other more experienced admins out there as well. So much love to Kashim, much love. Less than 3, baby, less than 3. Oh, as ByuN does go for an economic opener, does go for the racks expand, and once again the plan here is to punish Classic by going for Marauders. So the goal here, the hope, is that Classic moves out with the first Adept or the first Stalker to go across the map to try to delay the economy of ByuN, and then bam, ByuN punishes that aggression with Marauders with Concussive Shell. Now behind this, do we go for a second and third racks, or do we go for a third TC? We're going for a third TC. We're going for the ByuN going for the ninja base here. So fun fact, for those who are curious, this is the same build we saw last game. 3 CC, 3 racks out of ByuN. ByuN went for the same build last game, except this time there's a little bit of spice, a little bit of flair to it. ByuN by going for the gold ninja expansion. Now, because this is a new map, Classic, he may not even know there's a gold base on this map, by the way. He may not even know. Like, I even forgot when I was pointing out some of the features. I forgot that there was a gold. So there's a very high chance that Classic doesn't scout. Very high chance, just because of the inexperience on a map like Rorschach. I'm sure Classic's played on this map a handful of times. ByuN does sing out with the Marauders, does avoid the Adept, getting himself the battery. He does kill one probe, not bad. We'll kill one probe, but may lose a Marauder in the process. Oh. There we go, does get away. Nice control. Adept, meanwhile, was able to get one SCV kill. So 1-to-1 trade, and again, ByuN is being so greedy this game. And can he get away with it? Can he get away with it? And obviously, compared to last game, ByuN has a cleaner early game as well. Last game, he lost 10 workers early on, and he was just stumbling out the gate. And the 3CC setup was a response to that, to recover. Here, it's to get ahead. Here, it is to have that big boost, that big economic lead in the mid game. It'll take a while, though. Again, he cannot Maynard. If he tries to Maynard, he might reveal himself. So it does take a little bit longer to get this ninja base up and running. But once it gets up and running, yo, ByuN is going to be running. Like, he's going to be a massive boost to ByuN's economy once he's able to saturate. And it's slowly occurring over time. Classic claiming his own third. Going into, was this 2-gate? Yep. 2-gate blink into a third base, into a 4-gate follow-up. Fun fact, this build as well from Classic is the same build he went for last game. 2-gate blink into 4-gate. This should lead into Colossus. We'll keep an eye on Classic. Hallucination goes in, confirms the 3-rack setup. Does get eyes on the factory timing as well. And the later eBay, something is wrong. Classic should be piecing this together and should realize, hold up, like, you should have had extra resources here for faster upgrades, for a faster eBay, for faster tech. Oh, he was about to check. No. But again, Classic, he knows that something is not quite right. The math just doesn't quite add up here. And he checks. He checks. He confirms the goal base is denied. It was a cheeky move there by ByuN, but again, Classic, he got a full scout of the main base. He knew that something was missing. And he denies the gold. He denies the gold expansion. CC, he's still going for it. To ByuN. He fakes the evacuation. Goes back in. He's crazy. ByuN. A stim is complete. So Classic has to be very careful with this army. As ByuN, he refuses to leave the gold. ByuN is now stuck here on the top side, and Classic, he can just go straight for the natural instead. He can bypass. He can bypass the army. Instead, coming in from behind. Never mind. Yeah, it comes in from behind. There's a first stim. Catching at the sentry. Oh, but the Immortal does add a lot of DPS here, getting into the Marauders. Second Immortal coming in from behind, and we get a full surround. We get a full surround, and ByuN, he will lose everything. He will lose the army, and he will lose the mineral line, and potentially even the base as well. Yeah, we're going for the CC. He wants the expansion. And ByuN, he plummets in supply. It was a big risk. It was a big gamble. The gamble was real, and ByuN, he gets punished for it as the CC catches fire. No, he catches fire. It's slowly burning down. He has the mule to save it. Not even though. Yeah, not even as Stalkers. They come in from behind as well. There's no saving the CC. As it did not pay for itself. Massive pickoff. Likewise, ByuN also lost his main army as well. And ByuN falls behind. ByuN, he does fall behind. Behind this Classic getting a 4th. And we've been here before. Classic has double the base count of ByuN. He's getting up to 4 bases, building up to Colossus. ByuN, he just now is trying to rebuild his bio army as well. Remember, he didn't just lose the economy, he lost the army. So ByuN just back down to 0 here. Oof. Now, there are some ways to recover in this game. I think the best chance that ByuN has, this one is too late to be greedy, like no shot. But there's a world where he can maybe outposition. Remember, short rush distance by air. I can see a Dune drop working, for example. Like maybe Classic is pushing. ByuN has a bare minimum to defend, and he's able to backstab and get into a base, get into a mineral line, do some kind of counter damage. But the reality is the pressure is on ByuN to make something happen, right? ByuN, he has to be aggressive in some way. He has to find some kind of damage. If he stays back home, if he stays idle, then Classic will just get further ahead. And Classic is already moving out. Prism towards the top side. Once again, I'm sure wants to recheck some of these northern bases. Could take advantage of the healing shrine, but for now, just pushing out. Hallucination confirms the army. Ghosts have arrived. No Vikings yet. Prism coming in from behind. Ooh, and ByuN, he was going for the hybrid expansion, but the army's trapped. Oh, Classic, he is going to be trapped here, but he can always recall at the same time. Prism drop into the natural, catching reinforcements, going for the warp in, and ByuN, he does react. It does react in time. And who catches who? Massive EMP. EMP lands, one Colossus goes out for free, massive pickup, and Classic gets caught. Yeah, Classic gets caught out. He should not have taken this fight. He's cornered, and Classic will lose everything. He's forced to recall. The Colossus will not escape. Massive pickup. And ByuN, we're gonna go. We're just gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep going. Keep going, baby. Keep going. 17 SCVs go down. ByuN's economy is crippled. The longer this game goes on, the better it's gonna be for Classic. So we cannot stop as the Classic is getting another base. It's getting a 5th. He's getting a 5th expansion. But again, this area here is a bait. Like, this area is a bait here. Like, you cannot get out of there. Classic, he cornered himself. ByuN does counterattack. Classic, he has reinforcements though. He's got a Colossus. So far, nice kiting. And that's kiting the Marines. And a couple of pros who get picked up. Oh, and the economy is kicking in here for Classic. He's getting extra warp ins. ByuN, he doesn't want to back off, but he has to. If he sticks around, he will lose this army. Straight up. He'll just lose this army. So ByuN, he has to retreat. He's claiming the hybrid expansion. This will help when it comes to recovering in this game. But I don't think that was quite enough here. I do think that ByuN had to break a base, and he failed to do so. This is still very shaky. Very shaky. As Classic still has the advantage. Now, there is a world where ByuN can once again take a better fight. If he can surround the army, if he can come in from behind, then there's a world where that can happen. But who catches who? Oh, yeah, ByuN gets caught out. Bleeds off a couple of Marines. Jesus, we're just taking everything. Classic has a hybrid base, going for the gold as well, going for top right. Taking every expansion. Classic at the same time getting ready for a run by. Oh no! Let's be careful. Does have to take care. Classic is the first way to max out. But he's still looking for a way in. He finds a way in. He gets off the ramp. He's holding onto those Novas. He has how many so far? 4. So 4 disruptors, 4 purification Novas. At this point, Classic should be trading. Remember, Classic is building up a bank. He's building up a bank right now, and ideally he should be trading just so he can take advantage of that bank as well. At the same time, ByuN going for a Doom drop. We spoke about that short resistance by air. He does go for the drop. There's no energy for a recall. The base will go down, and we go for the base trade. Yeah, we're going for the base trade. Classic, he just commits. Getting on top it goes. And never goes off. Ooh. Does clip the army. Classic going for the hybrid expansion, and ByuN turns around, and we've been here before. We're getting deja vu, where Classic, he's cornering himself. ByuN was a plan. Counterattack. Base trade. Okay, we're just committing. We're going for the base trade. ByuN dropping into the main base, at the same time pushing towards the fringe bases here of Classic. Ooh, there's a recall back home. But he recalls the Colossus and the Disruptors. They can focus down. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 Disruptors. And the Colossus as well. This was a messy recall. Two Colossus fall and 4 Disruptors. A very bad fight here for Classic. Again, he recalled mainly high-tech units, so those were expensive losses. Again, that was the best fight that ByuN could have hoped for. The best recall that could have hoped for. Classic lost everything. He's now down to a gateway army. That was a rough recall. Classic making mistakes. He's making mistakes. And ByuN needs more. Like, he needs more mistakes out of Classic. Because remember, ByuN is on a 2-base economy. And when I say 2-base economy, he's really on a 1-base economy. There's nothing in the main base. There's 2 patches here at the natural. He does soon have 1 base up and running. So again, a 1-base economy here for ByuN. This is why there's a sense of urgency for ByuN, because even though Classic has been making mistakes and Classic has been taking some bad fights, because of the economy, he can afford it. Like, he can afford it, it's fine. Classic is already remaxed. He's already remaxed. ByuN slips in. Colossus is, taking some hits, but does survive. Yeah, it does survive. I'll say just dive on the Marauders. The flanking army is almost breaking through. We land some EMPs here, but Zelts aren't going to be enough. Yeah, they're going to be enough here. The Ghosts go down. GG gets called. He doesn't break through, and Classic will claim the series 3-2, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Oh, GG, well played. Classic, he will claim the series. He will take it. But a shout out to ByuN, because that was a messy game. That was crazy. GG, well played. Remember, ByuN, this all began with ByuN going for the Ninja base. He went for the Ninja Gold expansion as well, but he got punished. He got punished for it. He got shut down. ByuN, he was stuck on 2 bases against the 4-base Protoss. ByuN was behind, And then he caught the army. Then he came from behind. He surrounded the army. He took a better fight. Likewise, towards the end, during the base trade as well, took a better fight due to the recall. Like ByuN, he was fighting as much as he could, his heart out, with what little he had. But unfortunately, the lack of economy caught up with him. As he mentioned, he was on a one-base economy. He had no money. He had no money. He could not sustain himself. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played with that. Congratulations. Classic, he does claim the series 3-2 to become our champion. But again, a shout out to ByuN because hey, we made it. We made a series out of it. We made a series out of it. We made a finals out of it as well. Went all the way to the ace match. This could have gone either way. Could have gone either way here as well. A very intense back and forth. So congratulations and shout out to both players. And again, congrats to Classic once again. Congratulations here. I would say that on paper, Classic was a heavier favorite. So we got messy. We got down and dirty. And we got to experience a lot of these maps as well, right? Some of the otherwise vetoed maps like Rorschach, we got to see a decent chunk of it. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Very intense game. Very intense games here. As I'm just messaging our players here because I'm curious if they have sometimes our finalists are a little bit more opinionated, but I did want to hear from the players a little bit here in regards to the maps, in regards to the TLMC map pool that we had here tonight. So curious. True, did win the raffle. True. Did win it. As we can catch up on the bracket itself here. Again, Classic to make his way to the finals. He took down Gref, of course, in the PvP, took down Cheese Machine, and took down ByuN as well. Likewise, shout out to Young Yako for having his back and forth versus ByuN. Having that back and forth as well. So ByuN, he's like, I think the maps are big. GG. ByuN's like, get me out of here. It makes sense, like especially for a lot of like TVP and TVZ matchups, smaller maps benefit Terran. So it looks like ByuN is not too fond of how large some of the maps are, specifically the 4+4 maps, I would imagine, right? Like maps like Old Sun Temple, Exarch, and the other map, was it Fear and Faith or Dream and through Fear and Faith as well? There are a decent chunk of 4-player and larger maps, which do hurt Terran players. So again, not too. He's expressing that, of course, for sure. Do you like the return? Asking ByuN, do you prefer 4 spawns or 3 spawns? And likewise, Classic, he's like, many maps not good for Protoss. I mean, for this series, that is true. So, fun fact, they're both saying opposite things. So, what maps are good for Protoss? Big maps. Big maps are good for Protoss. And Classic's like, there aren't enough big maps. And then meanwhile, ByuN is like, yo, there are too many big maps. So when it comes to this series, Rorschach, for example, favors aggression. So I'm sure Classic, he has thoughts about Rorschach where aggression is favored there, and it can be very difficult for Protoss players. What was our map order here? Let me just double check. We had Rorschach, we had Old Sun Temple, we had Lumen. Lumen is also hyper aggressive. That also does disfavor Protoss as well. So we had Lumen and we had Rorschach. We only had 2 maps that were, I would say, that are rough for Protoss players, with Rorschach and Lumen. We had Old Sun Temple, which of course is very large, very big. Blackrock and Lockdown are a little bit more middle of the road. So yeah, it's interesting to hear their opinions though. Interesting. I asked ByuN. It's like, hey, do you like the return of four spawn maps, or do you prefer 3? And ByuN's like, 4 is good, 3 is good too. I think ByuN's like, it's fine, it's good, it's all good. Este ByuN. I know that ByuN, he's expressed before that he likes the variety. Like he likes it. There's like 1 or 2 maps that like have like 3-player spawns or 4-player spawns. Like ByuN is one of the players that he's willing to have that kind of variety in a map pool. And ByuN's like, but I wish the maps were smaller. Understandable. From his perspective, understandable. The apple is not good for my race, said by every race. That's the thing is the thing that you have to bear in mind. I'm still hearing some more feedback from the players, but the thing to bear in mind, especially for pro players, is it is very common for pro players to like advocate for their race and to think of things from that kind of perspective. And mainly that perspective, that's obviously because they're pro players, right? That's their bias, I suppose, or that's kind of their incentive. But sometimes, you know, they're a little bit more open about things. Like ByuN, for example, talking about extra spawn maps. Like I would say that 4-player spawn maps are more difficult to play on for a player, but like he's happy to embrace it, which is nice, even if he doesn't like how big they are. True. But that is a very common thing with players, is that they at times might not be the best judge of character, or maybe they're like, maybe it's obviously it's a good to see their perspective as well, but it's always important to bear in mind that they typically do kind of like, you know, lean towards a certain like way of thinking, or lean towards a certain bias that can otherwise like kind of cloud their judgment in a way. But if you hear that perspective from all the players, you can kind of like get a better picture of like how things are and whether something is good, whether something is bad. It's always important to bear in mind. It's a good like data set to add to an opinion, not to form an opinion. I think that's maybe a better way of putting it. But yeah, just thought it was funny. Meanwhile, if you want to support Classic, I believe he's streaming at the moment. He does stream he's been streaming quite a bit actually, and he started a YouTube channel with his own vlogs. But I think they're done for today. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. We are wrapping up here for the evening, and again, if you want to tune into more Tuna Cup action and check out more of our events, then you can do so and support our events. You can do so via Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. This is a weekly tournament. This is the longest running weekly tournament in StarCraft at the moment. Longest running Open Cup, I should say. We do hold that mantle for the time being. I mean, we just hold it forever, I suppose. Like we're not going anywhere. So again, we do have the longest running Open Cup out there. And when it comes to the rest of our schedule, let's have a look here. That was our raffle. Bam. We're going to be live tomorrow with GSL and with RSL. For those who don't know, we do live cast GSL every single week. We live cast it, but we are not able to live cast it on Twitch. GSL is organized by Soup, and Soup is another streaming platform. So whenever we cast GSL live, it's over on the Soup platform, not on Twitch and not on YouTube. So that's why you can see GSL broadcast all over the schedule. We have the live cast in the evenings, and we have the replay broadcast, or the rebroadcast of the VOD of the live cast in the mornings over the weekend. So tomorrow morning on Saturday and Sunday, that's going to be a rebroadcast of our live coverage that was on Soup. We are allowed to rebroadcast that VOD, but it has to be done 48 hours later, so 2 days after the fact. Just for those that are curious, I know there's some people that are like, yo, why aren't you showing the VODs earlier or sooner? Well, it's a prerequisite here of being able to cast it live, is that we're not allowed to show the VOD until 48 hours later. So that is going to be tomorrow. Is our coverage of GSL Season 2 Round of 12 Group A and B. A is going to be on Saturday, B is going to be on Sunday. And again, if you can't wait until the live rebroadcast, if you want to watch the VOD, that's over on Soup. The VODs are over on Soup. They're all there. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Link for there's the soup. Maybe there's the soup. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we are going to be wrapping up here for the time being. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for GSL and RSL or the StarCraft. See you then. Ciao, bye, ciao. Until next time. Thanks for watching, and again, congratulations to Classic. GG.